So next, we're checking out Internet Historians, the Ever Given, Ever Taken Away. We just watched the first part of it, which was, this looks like a bad situation, followed by, it was a bad situation, and a boat got stuck across the Suez Canal recently, like within the last decade, I think, actually, yeah. I think I heard about this when it happened, but I don't really remember a lot about it, mostly because I wasn't paying attention to the news. I miss those days. But more importantly, this is just what happened now. And apparently a lot more BS happened afterwards. I'm here for this. So let's find out just how bad this got. The answer is probably yes. And this is what I'm here for.
English is the official language of pretty much every port. However, the pilots start arguing with each other in Arabic.
I think I remember hearing about this, yeah.
But excludes all of the rest of the crew from
Who have no idea what's going on.
discussed.
You know, I'm just going to say it right now. Does anyone else think this guy looks like Adam Sandler? Like, it's not just me, right? Okay, maybe it's just me, but it's in my mind, man. I can't unthink it.
And all of these competing voices make for chaos on the bridge. But the blame is not all on the co-pilots either. The captain is always in charge. He has the ultimate authority. Decisions start and end with him.
Oh,
so the captain should
he could overrule them.
Something like, "Shut up, everybody."
Oh my God. They're actually doing the Chad meme. Oh my. I don't even know where this guy is from for it, but even adjusts his chin line.
But he doesn't. He stands there quite passively throughout.
Really? Just a few seconds of that song? And for anyone wondering, yes, that is Final Fantasy X to Xanarkand. I'm aware of that song.
By the time he does step in, it's too late.
Yeah.
Now that everything's been laid out, who would you say is at fault for the crash of the Ever Given?
Yes.
The helmsman? Blue pilot? The red pilot? Canthaville?
Considering these guys were redacted, I'm assuming the correct answer is they weren't and everyone else was. The answer I would choose is everyone but the helmsman because he was doing his best, listening to the people giving him orders, and everyone else could give him orders. It's these three. But I'm assuming the helmsman takes the blame because he's the most junior member there who everyone else can shit on.
I'll tell you. Society, that's who. You and me. And I think you should apologize.
I refuse on principle. Or the lack thereof. Thank you very much. I don't apologize for anything. God. In the chat, Schniak is just going... sorry for butchering your name too. They're saying the canal itself.
Something 3.5
I mean,
times the size
actually,
of
that's a
the
valid
Titanic,
point.
choking the world's...
I'm sorry, it's how big? Did I just...
Alrighty, so we have something 3.5 times the size of the Titanic.
Oh. You know, I never actually considered this or put that into perspective, just how big container ships are. But it does make a lot more sense. This canal was built for boats like the Titanic in that time frame, if maybe even smaller. This is a huge canal for something this size. This size. Oh, dear God. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Choking the
I was
world's
unaware of this.
largest freighting canal like a greedy seagull throating a glue stick. Good start. And
Does
they
that just
didn't
make
get
them
very
glow
far
from the
through
inside
the
out?
canal itself.
Or just that?
About 5.
I just realized what a seagull eating a glow stick would look like. Probably, if it survives long enough through the digestion, it would be fluorescent bird shit. Can you imagine how horrible it is if you just randomly wake up in the morning and your entire window is just glowing? You're just sitting there going, nope, way too early for this or way too sober. I'm not sure which one. Let's fix both. Oh, God. Oh, is glue stick not glow stick? Well, that's disappointing.
If we scroll up for a second, we can see what landmarks they missed out on.
All of them?
The Great Bitter Lake.
What?
Named so because the water...
Bitter and salty is being used interchangeably here. Obviously, before the canal was created, it was a dry salt basin. Oh! And since most salt basins are actually previous seas, it's more just reused for that. Or previous lakes that just dried up.
...is very salty instead of fresh. Then up a 2-lane bit and
fresh?
over to Timsar Lake. Named so because Timsar is the Arabic word for crocodile, because there used to be crocodiles in there. Otherwise, it's pretty much zip right through to the Mediterranean. That would have been very nice for them.
Some people consider the Mediterranean Sea to be one of the wettest places on Earth. My God. Those people are crazy, man.
Now we go back a bit to Timsar Lake, and here you'll find the city of Ismailia. And at its port, see this building?
Yeah.
This is the Suez Canal Authority.
Oh, really? I guess
Inside,
middle makes sense.
Captain El Said, head of navigational control, is just settling in for the day.
Mastering the shallow dive. Do a cool flip. Don't get caught out. Always bring your pool noodle. I'm sorry. I just love the little things they put in the background. Oh my God.
As he sits down to his desk, Captain,
We have
you're
reached
gonna want to see
fuck
this.
up.
The video feed pulls up.
My God.
What? Line 1. We're stuck. We'd like to request a tugboat.
A little late for that.
Stuck? Stuck where? You know that single lane area pretty close to the entrance? There. Now, had this happened in one of the 2-lane sections, they could have kept the traffic flowing. But alas. What? So you're blocking all the traffic?
Yep.
Mr. El Said, we already promised we wouldn't get mad. Fine. I gotta see how bad it is in person. El Said snatches his keys off his desk and he races down to his car, rushing to
I have no idea what symbol that is.
the scene. He gets out and casts his eyes upon the ship. My God. Towering over him is a structure the width and breadth of the world's largest Walmart. Except
Oh, that's actually pictures of it happening. Holy shit. I'm going to be completely fair on this one. I knew these things were huge and I already kind of commented on it, but actually having pictures from the event really hammers home just how huge that is. Damn.
is also 15 stories tall. The bow, raised 6 meters higher than normal, is jammed into one side.
Would a tugboat even be able to pull it out?
In a Chinese finger trap that somebody filled with Gorilla Glue in its prom tomorrow. And the ass of the ship,
At that point, you just lose a
firmly
finger.
squatting aground on the other side. And the middle of the ship, making bended metal groans as it's barely suspended by only a few meters of water. El Said lets the sand.
Of course he's doing more Dune here. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. He's been doing the freaking Baron the entire time when he's been just lounging in the mud bath. But
To run through his fingers. At this
I need to
point,
rewatch that
another
movie.
important person arrives on the scene.
My God. On a fancier car.
Rabi.
Admiral.
He is the Suez Canal Authority chairman.
Yeah, I guess if it is the... Yeah, I guess it would be an admiral at this point because it is a shipping lane with pilots and actual people who run ships. I guess that makes sense.
The big boss of the whole
Oh,
canal.
that's what it looks like.
Here's the rough structure of the organization. He's all the way up here, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a common name. He looks like someone who's
So
about
high
to
up
get
that he
a
reports
lot of things
directly
blamed.
to the Pharaoh of Egypt himself.
Oh, this happened under LCC. Ah. Yep. Of course, Mubarak was overturned well before that.
Yep, that's one blocked canal. No, Mr. President. He didn't
President, not military dictator. Yep.
say blocked. Shut up. He said that canal rocked. He's giving it a 5-star review. Come on, follow me to the bridge. Al Said and Rabi board the ship, and it's a hell of a scene. The crew is racing around. Oh God, they're gonna check the nav data. They're gonna see the dick pic. Oh God. Canterville's standing back taking a panicked phone call with the operating company. Okay, so 2 pilots walk into a ship, and the first one says, and the 2 pilots from before
God.
are still
According to Bloomberg, after giving their account of the accident to El Said, the 2 SCA pilots who'd been on the Ever Given Bridge prepared to disembark. As they did, they continued to bicker according to the lawsuit, evidence disputed by the SCA. Oh my God, they were still fighting? Oh, yeah, no wonder it's red and blue. It's red versus blue the entire time.
bickering. All right, you 2 are dismissed. Canterville.
Probably the smart move.
Oh God, this is the end of my career. This is gonna cost $1 billion.
Ah, look at the upside. It's not like a military dictator would ever in any way, shape, or form be vindictive. I have absolutely no idea how this actually turned out, so there's a very good chance what I just said is, may or may not be a joke. We will find out.
Al Said puts his hand on Canterville's shoulder. Do not worry, my friend. We shall solve this.
And it definitely won't only be $1 billion. You're lucky if it's only $1 billion.
Come on, Captain. What's the status?
Fuck.
Well, the ship isn't floating. Yeah. No, what I mean is the situation is worse than you think. It's the way we're pitched up on the shore. The weight distribution is all wrong. We're like a raised bridge, but we don't have any of the support underneath. The middle of the ship could bend under its own weight and tear.
Oh.
So it could sink?
So when he mentioned it was only supported by a couple meters of water underneath it, and because normally it's evenly distributing things. When he mentioned bending metal earlier, it's because it was probably literally bending. So they would actually need to get something underneath it to actually raise it up to lift it to either end, because if the other sides are higher, that means all of the weight that's being supported there is now drooping into the middle, where it's concentrating in a way that the ship is absolutely not designed to concentrate it on, because it's normally distributed over the entire space instead of a singular point. And if it's all tipped into the middle, it's going to be a singular point. Oh shit, how did this thing not break?
Yeah. That would shut down the whole canal for months. Are we taking
maybe
on
longer?
Water? No, I've had the engineers check the hull. We can't see water making ingress anywhere.
Wait, that actually is what it looked like on the inside?
No, I've had the engineers check the hull. We can't...
I don't know if this is AI or not. I'm assuming it's what actually looks, just because it's weird staging, but that's cool looking. And you also have the venting for air in here too.
Can't see water making ingress anywhere. Yet. The best way to get free and the best way to prevent the ship from potentially sinking is to lighten the load. We need to get rid of at least, I don't know, like 20,000 tons. How quickly do you think your crew can offload containers?
Nope.
No. Look how high those boxes are stacked. To offload these containers is going to require specialist equipment.
Oddly enough, there are ships that could do it, but they're all meant for the deep sea. Because normally, if you're close to land, you have a rig to pull it off. You don't have tugboats that could just lift things. You'd have to bring in cranes or purpose-build things on supports in the canal, which would be its own problem in its own right. I'm honestly wondering if at some point they just say, fuck it, knock it into the water and we'll drag it out.
The kind you'd only find at a dedicated port. We're not going to be able to offload these containers out here in the middle of nowhere. All right, well, it's the easiest, most brute force solution you can think of.
Dig a new canal?
The ballast tanks. Yeah, go on. We've got nearly 10,000 tons of ballast water on board. We can dump that right now and relieve some pressure. Excellent idea. I'll get started. No, you can't do that.
Why not?
Well, why not? Allow me to explain.
Oh, God. He got a fleshy, dirty version of the Baron from Dune's body in here. Oh, God. Why? It looks like he's wearing a shirt, but also it's not. What is he? Oh, God. This doesn't... Why? I can't even tell if it's supposed to be a shirt. He just added the extra bits for his character or not.
You see, when a ship fills its ballast tanks, it's filling with more than just water. It's a big, dilute, salty soup of algae, plant material, and even sometimes small fish. Pick that up in Malaysia, and then just dump that at the next port. You're introducing these stowaway pest species in...
And there's the same problem as it's introducing invasive species. Kind of like, what's that one fish that you can't seem to kill? Not like the spinefish or something? Yeah, whatever it is. Organisms can naturally migrate over long periods, but hitching a ride via ballast water helps invasive species overcome natural barriers like currents, changes in temperature, salinity, etc. And that might destroy the ecosystem because it's not
of these
used to
invasive
it.
species include the Northern Pacific Sea Star.
Wait, what did that say? The larvae get into the ballast water rather than the whole starfish, but they grow on pretty native fish eggs. And that means if they're eating the native fish eggs, they're not something that have a predator on their own immediately, and they kill off the wildlife to support the ecosystem that the fishermen need.
Green crab.
Preys on native shellfish, artificially introduced to the U.S. in 1950, and caused all sorts of costly problems by getting rid of the fish that they're looking to get and destroying an entire economy.
That son of a bitch. And
Cholera, of course.
So you have to treat the water before you discharge it, usually through heat or chemicals. And the key there is that it also requires time and access to one of these treatment machines. And we're not at a port. It's going to take much longer than usual.
while they could bring the machine because it's in a tank, I'm not going to be surprised if that's actually something they brought up later. That means it's going to take a lot longer to dump it. Because on the one hand, the Suez Canal closing down is $1 billion problem. On the other hand, if you introduce the wrong invasive species and crash an ecosystem, all of the fishermen and people bringing in food to Egypt would have a lot more issues with that. And it might become a bigger issue depending how far it spreads if it happens to be very successful. So it goes from $1 billion problem to we're now facing a riot, and I think the term is beheading. Let's not do that. One is money, the other is losing power, and maybe your life. And for a lot of people, that is exactly the order it would go in.
But let me get onto the line with the guys at Ismailia. We probably have a portable water treatment machine somewhere. Al-Said turns and looks out the window. Coming down the canal are 2 tugboats.
Only 2?
The ones that they ordered earlier. Look, we might not even be that deeply wedged in. These 2 tugboats might be all we need.
Did anyone else just hear boss music in the back of their mind? Because I'm just thinking right now, they're about to make it worse. Unironically, it might be better if they just tried to dig out the ship on either end by hydro blasting the sand away from the ship. Now, this sounds like it could be a bad idea because the ship might tip. If you do it on both sides, maybe it'll just go down enough that it could be equaled out. You just widen the canal around it. Is this a good idea? Probably not. But it might be easier than anything else.
Yes. Tugboats.
2 of them.
This is the Mosaid 2 and the Mosaid 3.
They're just engine men.
These 2 little guys are able to pull around this massive car.
By coincidence, this also happened to be the ship that was directly in front of the Ever Given in the convoy at the time. Costco Shipping Galaxy. What is that? Oh yeah, it's actually called the Costco Shipping Galaxy. Breaks away from the Felix shower. Oh, that's actually the ship that was in front of him.
Ship, comparable in size to the Ever Given.
Damn.
The ties. Line secure. All fast. Engine ready. Ready to pull.
Tugboats are crazy, man.
Canterville looks nervously at Al-Said. Commence pull. Slow ahead. The polyethylene ropes whine as they're pulled
that's what they're made of?
from the water.
Oh.
The tugboats lightly draw against the
Would
ship.
more tugboats matter?
Resistance. All right, a little more. More.
They're adding engine sound effects. Oh my. Yeah.
More. Full power.
Ooh.
Nothing. Not an inch of difference.
Yeah, that's probably.
All right, stop engines. Be
Ooh, also, Aaron, thank you very much for joining the membership.
on standby. This isn't going to work. With just 2 tugboats, we do not have.
How many
the pull
tugboats
for
would
a
matter?
ship this massive.
Actually, enough tugboats to matter would probably destroy the super frame of the ship before it would actually get them out, or get them out by destroying the super frame of the ship, like gouging a hole, and then it just sinks there, which is just as bad.
This deeply grounded. It's also low tide. That's not helping. Wind's high tide. Early afternoon, in a couple of hours. All right, that buys us some time. How soon do you think you can get a dredger out here? Let me find out for you. Please hold.
I forgot to do it for her in the background.
The dredgers can remove the sand below the waterline that's all built up around the ship.
Oh, so they're actually doing that intentionally. Nice. Well, Aaron, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you.
Hi again.
Excuse me.
They say it'll take a day, maybe 2.
Ooh.
All right, tell them to hurry. A day or 2? I'd better update my boss. Let him know it's not going to be a quick fix.
I'm assuming this guy got immediately fired or promoted. Probably one of the 2, and there's no middle ground.
I should call my wife as well. All right, don't go too far. I need you for something in a minute. Hey, what about excavators? Oh, yeah. How many we got? Right now? No, for my birthday. Yeah, now. 1.
Wait, there's really just 1? Is that the actual only guy they have? That's not even like something meant for maritime. It's just a guy with a crane? Okay.
1. 1 guy. There's only 1 excavator on standby for the...
Oh, because if I'm right, this is right before they started doing some of the failed additional city plans. So they might actually have everyone on contract somewhere else at the moment.
whole canal. Well, it's just post-COVID. Everyone's been excavating from home. Patch me...
Post-COVID? Oh! For some reason, I forgot that this was recent. Which means it definitely is right when Egypt was trying to build the second city, which I don't think has actually panned out.
Through.
Ooh.
There really was just one guy, by the way.
Oh, that's not even a joke. It actually just
Local
once.
contractor Abdullah. So he picks up the phone. Mushy mushy. There's been a big
Japanese?
accident at the canal, Abdullah. There's sand and dirt everywhere. I need you.
And it gets in your fingers.
Just send me the deets, Chum. Abdullah jumps in.
I'm sorry, just the sheer cyberpunk right there. Yeah, even I get that reference. Oh.
His truck and heads to the scene. And when he pulls up, Gott in Himmel.
Yeah.
He sees the man.
So he went from Japanese to cyberpunk, which I'm not even sure what language that was, and then Gott in Himmel, which is German. Is this guy's entire shtick that they're just going to have him say something from a different language every time? Probably.
Have ever given wedged into the canal. Abdullah locks himself into
Need a better excavator.
And gets to work on the most important task he's ever done.
Do not hit the ship. Oh yeah, he actually just started digging it out. He actually just started digging it out.
Back on the bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully home soon. Okay. Yep, no, love you too. Okay, bye.
Now he's calling his wife?
Whew, the boss was not happy.
He actually was calling his boss. I'm just going to believe that was the boss and not the wife.
Hey, before you said you needed me for something.
Why is there a
I
doctor?
did. Who's this? Breathe into this tube.
To make sure he's not on alcohol. Oh god, he's
Also,
sober.
you have to do a drug test. After the crash, they tested Canthaville for drugs and alcohol. Both came up negative.
Oh god,
There's
really?
also a procedure to make sure that captains aren't fatigued. They look at the rest schedule and they find, no, Canthaville took that nap. Remember? He's had plenty of rest time. So he passed the fatigue assessment. And while Canthaville was at the nurse's office, high tide came and went. Tugs were tried again. And again. Tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It didn't work. All day trying, all evening, and into the early morning. But that stubborn ship was going nowhere.
I'm actually wondering if they will try the water jet option, where they just have a very powerful suction, taking water from the canal, and then shooting it down in like a very controlled nozzle to just blast away the shoreline. It might not be as effective as getting some of the larger chunks as an excavator, but they don't have to stop, and you can just hold it in place until it works. It might work for some looser sand around the edges, but I'm not entirely sure if that would work. Still stuck. Day 2. How many days does this go for? Ah, yes, the pyramid. I know I just pissed someone off. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Of course, the moon.
Dun, dun, dun. So like a
Day
super
2.
tide?
There's quite a queue of ships by this point, and they're all honking their horns impatiently. Hey, move your ass! I got Frozens in the back. Go around! Go around!
Around
No
Africa.
one knows quite what's happening because the Suez Canal Authority has not made a formal statement. But their hand is about to be forced when an impatient sailor behind the Ever Given takes a photograph and publishes it online. And this starts a bit of a buzz on social media.
That's how it was announced? Okay, one of the things in public relations, which I can't believe I have to say this, is you do not let things you're trying to hide come out without your control. This is why you get ahead of bullshit like this. If they had solved it in the first day, okay, sure, it's a bit of a problem, but they fix it. If you're going into a second day and it's still not fixed, and it looks like it's not going to be fixed anytime soon, and you haven't said shit, you get ahead and say, we are currently working on this as a developing situation. All our effort is being put into this. And then you dump the blame on anyone else who is not you. The fact that they didn't do that is actually more incompetent than anything else I've seen here. Like, there's excuses for everything here. And the biggest problem is they didn't get tugs to start with. But everything else is like, okay, it's understandable. That, though, this is completely an unforced error in the biggest extreme. And yeah, I'm looking at the market angle. It's the biggest error on this part. Also, according to Martin, the problem isn't the loose sand. It's that someone has to aim it and they don't actually cut through the ship. Yeah, Yeah, I stand by with you on that one. That would absolutely destroy it as well. Wait, and I'm being told by Litmel that is actually the real name of the Facebook poster.
Online.
So this is literally the actual post. Oh, I thought it was a mock-up on Instagram, but it's actually from someone named Miss Scuttlebutt. Oh God, that's real. Huh. Was not expecting that.
A bit of a buzz on social media.
A bit.
It was at this very moment that the helmsman's most feared fear was most realized.
That they now are famous for all the right reasons?
Someone pulled up the navigational data.
Oh my God.
Within 24 hours, it was all...
That wasn't a joke! I'm going to be completely honest. I thought that was a joke he threw in because it was funny. I thought that was just something like, yeah, who would actually do that? No, he actually drew a penis based on driving a ship. Okay, sure. This is real. This is actually real.
All over the news. So over at the Suez office...
Also, embarrassing size.
Mr. Rebbe, you have 300 voicemails.
And all they're about the
telemarketers,
Egypt dick.
important clients, and journalists. They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, aren't they? They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, yes.
Focus on the guy that drew the dick in the water instead. That might be safer. Oh, no.
And the Suez Canal Authority could keep it a secret no longer.
Yeah.
They held...
Damn. I know that people put a lot of microphones, but there is a line, man. I'm sure some of these can't even get a pickup over here. Like, look, just... There's more microphones than person behind the thing.
Held a press conference.
It's so crazy, he just left it there.
Okay. This is crazy. Let's say, hypothetically, they didn't give many details, but it was a very inspirational press conference. The news begins reporting on the story.
It's blocked. Cargo ship blocking the Suez Canal is
A huge container ship.
There's
the
just
Germans,
the most
PW.
incredible drama playing out in the Suez Canal.
A massive container ship longer than the Eiffel Tower.
It's one of the world's most important shipping lanes.
And breaking news from the Nana Star News Channel.
Oh, that's an actual person. It's not even a joke. Very cool lady. Please be nice, according to the caption.
I am Nana. Mega ship's big ass is stuck in the Suez Canal.
Right.
It gets to the point,
This
yeah.
story exploded everywhere. There was a lot of sympathy
I'm sure that's not entirely the best choice of words for the Middle East, but let's ignore that.
to go around.
I appear to have blocked global trade.
Yeah.
And the internet, upon seeing
Does
it,
everyone have a
went,
secret lab share?
These guys need some help. We would love to volunteer.
Oh my God, woman! I need to help them.
There's actually a video called How I Saved the Suez Canal, and this is from it. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but okay.
They knew best about what to do to get this ship unstuck.
Reddit experts.
All right, it's time for the, I reckon you could pretty much just do this and it'd work.
I mean, I'm basically that level, except I assume my ideas are dumb to start with. The fact that they actually got an excavator in there to dig it out, it surprised me because apparently it was so dumb of an idea, it was actually tried in reality. I'm not used to that feeling. That is a weird feeling, and I don't know how to explain it.
Work section. By far the most popular solution was simply blow it up. No ship, no problem.
There's a difference between an armchair expert and a dumbass. And I think this is it, because they're like, okay, if we blow it up, it'll despawn, and then we have a clear path. And I'm just sitting here not entirely sure what I just said is not the actual thought process. If you blow it up, now it is all still there, but in pieces that you might find when it tears the ship behind it apart. Also, the nuke That doesn't make it better. It just makes it irradiated, and you still have to go through there. So now all of the shit going through there will also be probably irradiated. Oh my, I thought I had dumb ideas, man, and I'm just looking at the internet and going, you know what, I feel better about myself for all the wrong reasons.
But why wouldn't this
At
work?
least that was a joke, but some people were
First, you're blowing
serious.
up $1 billion worth of cargo. And this thing is about 3 times the size of Mount Rushmore.
Oh shit,
So
really?
there's quite a lot of debris to
Oh, wow.
sweep up, actually. And you still haven't solved the problem of moving the thing out of the fucking canal.
Yeah.
Next idea. What if we attach 1,000 helicopters and simply fly the thing out? You can
Okay, one, helicopters do not have that much lift. Two, oddly enough, if they had a blimp big enough, it could do this because with the way it works, there is actually a significant increase in carrying capacity the larger it gets. The problem is, at some point, it becomes so incredibly large of a blimp that it isn't worth the airspace because there is nowhere that could ever be safely contained. But if you build something obscenely huge, it does actually have a good ratio. It's just, it scales up better. Instead of a 1-to-1 ratio, it goes a much higher amount. So if you have something that is the size of the Empire State Building and helium to hold it, or hydrogen to hold it, you get something that might actually be able to pick this up. Honestly, I'm probably underestimating how big that... You know, it just occurred to me, I have absolutely no idea how big the Empire State Building is, so I have no idea if this is under or overestimating the size it would need. Huh. But that would work, because it has better lifting force. But, I mean, let's be completely honest. If someone saw a giant blimp come here, they would definitely shoot it. I'm not talking like any of the elements that might be a little misanthropic. I mean, just some random person like, giant balloon, must shoot. I mean, that's just an America thing.
even take it all the way to its destination in the Netherlands.
I'm sure that's fine.
Well, the problem is this thing weighs about 300,000 tons.
Yeah.
So even if you had a really powerful helicopter, you're going to need like 25,000 of them.
And there's a few
You can't put them all
issues.
together in one area or they'll crash. It ain't going to work.
This many helicopters in close proximity would also cause chaotic and unpredictable airflow. This turbulent air would reduce their ability to generate lift. Even if they could stay in the air, their lift capacity would be shot, and it would be fun to watch, though. Yeah, that actually would be fun.
All right, to help. Hey, maybe pull up a bit.
Next.
Done.
All right, more seriously, why don't we take a whole bunch of old jet engines, weld them to the sides of the ship, turn them all on at once, and whee, the day is saved.
I mean, most likely if the engines had that much force, they would go through the ship before they would actually move the ship itself, but yeah.
However,
Also, I'm being told by Litmel, a blimp like that would be 10 kilometers in diameter. Yeah, that's a bit bigger than the Empire State Building. Again, I don't actually know how big it is. I don't think it's even close to that, though. Also, random aside, apparently there are companies exploring the possibility of super huge blimps for transportation because they're actually very fuel efficient. It's just building it and finding a place where it can unload safely that's the difficult part. Yeah, the two things that are the most cost intensive immediately. Unless you could store away the stuff and deflate it for storage, in which case that'd actually be a lot easier. But there's so many issues with that. But it's actually being looked at as a way to get around some of the increasing cost of fuel for more air-driven travel, or maybe safer than some of the seas, because the backup at the ports like Los Angeles are so bad that it might actually become financially viable at that point. Or just to avoid having to go through, well, a canal like this, or the Panama Canal, which is just too small at this point for most container ships, because they can build way bigger than that thing can fit. Ooh, also, what was this? Ooh, Aaron, let's see what you hear. Okay, just out of curiosity, what the heck did I just join? I've never heard of anything of what we're watching. I have neither done of that. That is a word somewhere. I've never watched the Internet Historian, but apparently it's covering some massive real-world fuck-ups that are, have I mentioned, massive? Yeah.
there is a risk of an explosion.
Oh, there's also the explosions, too. That would happen.
And then you'd have a hole in the ship.
That I was expecting, though.
And then the ship sinks. And then you...
Also, this would it actually would kind of work. You need a lot of jet engines and would weld them to all the parts of the ship that were structurally stable enough to withstand the force, which is what I thought they would forget. But by the time you did all of that, you could have 50 tugboats ready to go, effectively doing the same job with more control. Why didn't they just do 50 tugboats then?
You're really never moving it. Hear me out. Liquid nitrogen. A lot of liquid nitrogen right.
Oh, wow. It's just getting dumber. Let's just add. How much liquid nitrogen would they need to freeze a canal? Not just the top. They'd have to pump it underneath it. So it'd have to be released under the water for it to come up. Freezing that and then doing the layers to freeze more of it. So it'd have to be multiple systems all together. And then, okay, let's talk about how then we have all of the ice that would be breaking up here. It's like, what would be a problem with a bunch of ships near a bunch of ice in the water? I'm sure no one could see an issue with this. Dear God, man. This is even dumber than the bomb part. At least then you know it's a problem. And this part is like, oh, well, forget it.
Under the boat. The water freezes, expands, the ship lifts up. Bob's your uncle, you love it. Except now, the ship is just stuck in ice. And then it melts, and then you're back to the exact same position. Also, you need like $1 billion worth of nitrogen. There's no way to get that much material, let alone handle.
Actually, that one might be the most possible out of all of them. It's just ungodly expensive.
The scale of that material.
Stupid.
Also, everyone's going to freeze to death on board.
Well, the least practical. This solution would be, scientifically speaking, the most fun. Yes, it would.
And the ballast will expand in the tanks, and that'll destroy the ship. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Last idea.
3D glasses?
Best idea.
Oh God, why?
Just actively make
I hate
things
this.
worse,
I hate everything about this.
such as this petition to add a second boat to the canal. Jokes aside, one humble comment did stand out from the crowd.
Get a few people on this side, a few people on that side, push it, and I really think it would go.
Gonna be honest, that's probably the least dumb idea we've had. It's basically just the tug thing, but from land. It's not the worst because it won't destroy anything. It's like, it is literally the least dumb thing that's been on the screen so far.
Well, maybe. Because that's exactly what the recovery team intended to do.
Oh, they're literally just getting out and pushing it. Oh dear God, they're solving this the same way you solve a car stuck in the mud. You literally just get out and push it. Okay. We have reached the point where TikTok had a valid idea, and I'm not sure I'm okay with this.
Good to see you back from the nurse. I told them I didn't do any drugs, but they wouldn't take my word for it.
You should start doing drugs.
Believed you. Just give me the walkie-talkie. All right, full ahead with the excavators. 3 more excavators join
Only
Abdullah.
3?
And they are all busily digging out the front.
Oh, and you can actually see as they put a raft in there so they can keep digging. They put a raft in there and they had to drag, like literally drag it right up to the hull of the ship. Oh God, that would freak me out so much.
And rear of the ship. It's still going too slow. What else we got? More rescue stuff. So here comes Rabbi pulling up to the scene. Good news, fellas.
With what?
And he's standing atop a very powerful bit of kit. A big, beautiful dredger.
Oh.
To be specific, a cutter suction dredger.
Oh.
Essentially, you've got a big rotating cutting tool that loosens up all the soil, while a big suction pipe sends it yonder.
Oh.
All right, do the dredge.
Oh, so that's how they do it. It's literally a drill with a suction cup getting the stuff out of there. Oh, that is so cool.
Gee, full speed. What else we got? We got more tugboats incoming. More and more tugboats join the fray.
Yeah.
A total of 8, arranged around the ship like this. Notably, the Baraka 1 and the Izzat Adel. These are...
Is it Adele? I don't know. Maybe it's Adele. I know that's not what it means, but I'm going to run with it because it sounds funny in English. Ooh, also going to pull up what NinjaBot said. There's a Monument Mythos of episode that parodies this event somehow, although it involves nukes, giant crabs, and a battle royale. It was less stupid. Yeah, I believe it. Because there is so much stupid happening right now that it's kind of funny in its own right.
2 of the most powerful tugboats in the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
And that includes
160
the
tons.
parts.
But
Full ahead with those. They keep trying. A cacophony of engines playing.
They're still doing the sound effects
from
from
tug
car.
of war ever attempted. Tens of millions of dollars being lost every hour until it was won. And their opponent? Unbothered, moisturized, taking up the whole lane. Unbudgeable.
Oh my god.
All right, we're calling it for now. Oh, El Sayed, we've thrown everything we can at this ship, and it won't concede an inch. It's
I don't recognize the music.
Hopeless. The cynicism of youth. I've worked for many years on the Suez. There's magic in the water, Canterville.
I know this is a reference to something, and I have no idea what it is, and it's actually bugging me. Like, literally bugging me a lot.
Magic.
Why they just put
We will succeed.
the guy's face in the water?
Your words are empty, El Sayed. Optimism has blinded you, El Sayed. We cannot defeat the canal. It is simply too powerful.
Oh, this is a reference to
If I were the
something.
guys at Case and Kaisha, I'd just forget about the Ever Given and buy a new ship.
Yeah, you can't buy a new
Well,
canal,
we can't
though.
afford a new ship. The owners of
Really?
the Ever Given, Shoei Kaisen Kaisha Limited,
Oh.
are getting very worried. I
Yeah.
need that ship back, and I can't just leave it to the Suez Canal Authority to do it.
What?
There's only one team daring and foolhardy enough to take on a job like this.
What?
Kaisen calls up an elite salvaging company from the Netherlands.
Smit Salvage. We need
So they're actually calling another outside group from a different country on the other side of the world to go into an area where they may or may not even be allowed to go to work cross purpose with other people. Why does this sound like people are going to start shooting at each other before it's actually fixed? Like, unironically, I'm expecting there to now be gunshots because of just random boats driving down the canal without anyone listening. Okay, sure.
your help. I got your number from you know who.
The Yellow Pages.
Smith is the industry's best. They
like
have
that.
response centers.
Okay, for anyone who doesn't understand, the Yellow Pages used to be Google offline for people's addresses and phone numbers. Unironically, I've had to IRL tell someone this lately, and they still didn't get that. Yeah. Yeah.
All over the globe, 24/7, ready to respond to marine emergencies. And fun.
Also, Martin's saying this isn't America about thinking people are going to start shooting at each other. As an American, I think the appropriate answer is to say, yet. Although, to be fair, that's just a joke. We don't actually give a damn enough. If I was British, though, that would be a legitimate statement.
Funnily enough, they're the same team that helped with the rescue of the Costa Concordia back in 2012. Suit up, boys.
Wow.
They put the ocean in Ocean's 11, the tide in Tide Pod.
Have that
And
worked?
sometimes they pee in the water. Why not?
Only sometimes?
The fish do it.
We're en route to the canal. ETA in the next 24 hours.
My God. Also, what did it say just down there? There was a little bit of wording underneath that. I'm going to read that. It's hard to see. Smith Salvage probably doesn't operate in a shadowy underwater facility where they bide their time waiting for the next big caper. They also promise that after this one last job, they're out. Oh my God. This is just getting weirder and weirder. Did he literally just... I'm pretty sure that's either a reference to this... Is that a boat coming out of the... You know what? I'm just going to move on. No, there's too many references here I don't even get. Looks like James Bond. Boom.
Next time on Boat in Canal.
What?
The prophecy. It's coming true.
My God.
Kiss me, you fool.
What?
I'm beginning to think you don't want to get the boat free. Well, is it the
Yanni or Laurel? Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Laurel. I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up. Ha ha ha. There's only one way this was ever gonna go.
Yep, we're just going to call this one here. We're going to end with the audience being shot by the captain, pilot, admiral. Oh, God. Just what the hell, man? I thought I was saying dumb shit. And then the actual suggestions came in and I was thinking, oh, Oh God. My dumb shit was actually smarter than some of the dumbest shit people thought were actually serious. Like, I know I'm saying stupid shit. It's my thing. I do that all the time. I call it talking. And then I was shown Reddit armchair experts and... yeah. My bar for humanity has gone down a little bit. I didn't think it was possible. It's already underground. And yet somehow it still manages to get there. Whew. At this point, I might as well just use my bar for humanity as a type of geothermal energy because it's dug down deep enough. Oh, God. Joking aside, though, I'm actually legitimately surprised at how dumb some of those suggestions were. Like some you knew were, they're jokes. Others were really well thought out levels of very intelligence dumbassery that you have no understanding of, and it's blatantly obvious to everyone but you, and I don't get it. I really don't. Oh, God. So if you guys haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.